now. Lewis and Andre podcast.
Right, we're straight in. This is... Oh, God. I'm starting it at my usual time. This is really weird. It's weird for two reasons. One, I've got a fly buzzing around. It's not the Lewis and Andre podcast without some sort of insect interference. Two, I'm going to put the mic close to myself. My neighbours are in that house right there. So, it creates a bit of an issue because I don't talk loud enough on these podcasts. I don't talk at normal volume. The part of the reason for that is because I'm like I said, I do these in the day. I do these Wednesday day, and because it's only me talking to myself, it's weird, talking at a loud volume, because people walk past my house and like they can hear me and stuff like that, and I'm like conscious that I sound like a nutter. So I've decided to do things slightly differently. I've turned the gain up. Pavel says it's not because of the gain. The gain isn't the issue. The issue is that I don't talk loudly enough. So what I've decided to do is I can't talk louder to myself. I just tried it then. I tried it in my own head. I can't do it. So I'm just going to hold the mic closer and see if that makes a difference. And we'll see how it goes. Apologies, it's just me again. For the moment, but we will get into that. So this is kind of going to be a bit of a, not a rushed podcast, but I don't have a lot of time this week. This time next week, I will be on Vegas Strip, and living my best life. So I need to get sort of prepared for that. I haven't packed, I haven't sorted shit out, blah blah blah, because I'm a man, and that's just what we do. We're poor planners, and we're idiots. So yeah, it's not gonna. So this is kind of rushed because I need to get this out. Then I'm going to Spoons for Harvey's birthday. Hello, Harvey. And then I need to rush back to Winsford to go look after a puppy, and then I need to go to work, come back here after work about midnight, edit the podcast, and basically get it done, and then I've got work in the morning. It's a bit of a disaster. My life is it's all crushed together at the minute, and it's making things a little bit tricky. You're going to hear me puff really loudly because the mic's really close. Or I could just move it away. But let's not do that. No. Yeah, there's a professional. We're only on episode number 41. I didn't even mention the last episode was number 40. I've also not put the TV on again. Which means that I wasn't going to... I'm all over the place today. This fly flying around is really fucking with my head. So this episode is gonna be basically the same as the last episode, which if you didn't like it, fuck you. So it's gonna be the same. I've got the wheel again. I'm gonna do basically the same thing. I wasn't gonna bother putting the actual topics and stuff like that on screen, but now that I realise that I haven't turned the TV on again, I am gonna do that. So I've given myself more work, and I've got less time, more work. Ding. That's gonna go down well. So this could be a shambles of a podcast, as you can tell. I've already started off rambling. There's a good chance you can't hear me. So yeah, we're off to a flyer. So the next episode, we are going to have a guest. Finally, Lewis has decided to get a guest on. It's somebody that we haven't had on before, so it's a new person. How exciting is that? So make sure you tune in for that one. So I've got to record that one on Sunday and upload it before I go away on Tuesday, and then it's gonna be ready to go. It's scheduled to be released on the Friday, as per Friday 9 a.m. You know me, la. So everything's gonna be as normal. Another thing I haven't done, which is incredible, is I haven't even checked what time I started, and I have to set timers because I lose track of time. I'm having a nightmare. This is a disaster. Okay, it's not too much of a disaster. Because I've also got a limited amount of time because I need to leave. So this fly, I swear you just saw it there fly in front of the camera. This is a shambles. Flies are overrated. Cunts. Actually, I just turned right because it's by the window, and I can see out of my window. I've actually started my garden. I did my garden on last fucking day would it have been? Monday. I decided to start my garden. I've chopped down the main jungle, managed to get to the lawn. I've trimmed the lawn. It still looks like a piece of shit. It's still awful, but it's at least marginally accessible. So by the end of June, it will be finished. It'll be finished, and we might even do a podcast outside. Possibly with Pavel. Who knows? Speak of the devil, Pavel has been updating me with what he's been up to in Norway. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how much he wants me to tell people, but he's been there. Well, he was there for 2 weeks. He's had some struggles. His bag was wrong. Well, actually, forget me waffling on. What I'm going to do now, and this is another maybe if, but who knows, Pavel is going to tell you himself what he's been up to and what's been going on. So take it away, Pavs.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm alive. I'm okay. This selfie stick is so gay, but this is how we're gonna do it. This is how I'm rocking it. Today is a very cold day. It's 10 degrees. The sun is hot, but everywhere in the shade is fucking freezing. When people tell you that Norway's cold, it's pretty fucking cold, mate. But no, I'm living, I'm chilling. Just wanted to update you guys because I haven't really filmed anything of Norway, so I haven't really got anything to show because I'm not a video or a picture person. Would you believe? Internet celebrity Andre Pottercar is not a picture or a video person. That's right. Wanted to update that my phone isn't charging properly, so that's an issue because obviously I need my phone. It's my map, but I have it in airplane mode the entire time because when I turn my data on, it drains my battery like 500% faster. So I need to keep it in airplane mode so my battery doesn't drain because I've downloaded all my maps. But I won't be gone for 3 months like many of you hoped. So that's right, Andre's coming back to the podcast, unfortunately. I'll only be gone for about a month. I've got 2 more weeks, just about, and then maybe I'll come back. So right now I'm in, fuck knows, somewhere around here. It's pretty nice, but everything is just so dead. Like everything is like yellow and shit. Very strange, it's very weird. And there's also just shit everywhere. Everyone talks about how clean Norway is, yeah, in like the big cities, but like in little in little rural places like this, there's just boats everywhere, like abandoned houses. There's just shit everywhere. Also, I'm gonna look for one now, every 30 seconds to like a minute, doesn't matter where you are, there's snus on the floor. They love their snus. Wait, was there any here? No. I might have lied to you. I have to find a snus now to fucking save my arse. Is that snus? No. Oh shit, I lied. Well, this is a bad example then. Norway is like, no, we do not litter. This is not possible. So it's hidden all the snus and all the shit. Because to be fair, the boats aren't here either. But no, I'll be back in like a month's time. And then the podcast will resume. The question is, am I enjoying this? No. Absolutely fucking not. I have 20 kilos on my back. I eat like, I eat decently, but it's like, I have no sugar in my diet. I have no vitamins in my diet. I haven't ate proper meat in like a week. And I'm missing crisps and cheese. Because cheese here is really expensive. And I feel hungover every time I wake up because I'm missing all my vitamins and shit. So, to combat that, sorry about that. To combat that, I need to drink pine needle tea because it's got a bunch of vitamins in it. So, obviously, vitamin C offsets scurvy and I'm not getting scurvy, but just bear with me. Vitamin C is very good for your skin, your complexion, your gums obviously, and just overall feeling better. Vitamin A is also a bit of that. Lemons and lime historically have been used to combat scurvy. So on pirate ships and all that, and like expeditions, they would just carry lime juice with them and limes because it's the best way to combat scurvy. Pine needle tea has 5 times more vitamin C which cures scurvy obviously. Pine needle tea has 5 times more vitamin C than lemons. It's got like antioxidants and everything. It's kind of goated. I'm not gonna lie. So I've been drinking that for the past couple of days, for the past 2 days, and yeah, I feel better. But today I woke up literally freezing my ass off in the middle of the night because my sleeping bag isn't rated to the temperatures that are out here. So I get into my sleeping bag and I'm like, whoa, fuck, it's cold. And then I'm too proud to put on all my jackets and shit, and also I'm too lazy, so I just don't. And then I wake up like 5 or 6 or 7 times during the night because I'm like, I wake myself up from how cold I am. So yesterday was a horrible night's sleep. It got to about 0 degrees, and the cold here, there's not a lot of wind to be fair, but the cold here, even with no wind, it's fucking cold. I didn't expect it to be as cold. I know everyone talks about how Norway is notoriously cold, but it's fucking cold. So today's 10 degrees. In the sun, I'm sweating, but in the shade, immediately it's like I'm in a cave. Like, it is so cold in the shade, but it's okay. We live and we prosper and we go on. I've been craving cheese and meat. Pause. Resume. For like a week now. And crisps. Oh my god. I had pizza like 3 days ago, and I'm already missing like normal shit that we take for granted. And I was like, okay, I've got 11 miles, which is a long way to go with 20 kilos, because I've also got blisters on my feet and shit. It's not sexy out here. 100% not sexy. You should see how I wash. It's not sexy out here. But yeah, it's 11 miles to the shop, and I was like, oh yes, I can go get some fucking some nice little sweets or some chocolate. No, it's fucking closed on Sunday because today is Sunday. And I'm gonna have to camp out next to the shop or something, or in the woods like a fucking feral mountain man, and just wait until the shop opens. I'm gonna be like Samson out of 28 years later, just standing at the edge of the woods, waiting for the shop to open at 7 a.m. But yeah, this is type 2 fun. This is, in the moment, it's not fun at all. Unless you come across a cabin, which I have, and then it's fucking fun, because I'm there like fucking shirtless, chopping wood with like an axe. And I'm like, yeah, just listening to fucking country music. I'm like, yeah. But when you're not in the cabin, and when you're not shirtless with a chopping axe, it's very cold, very greasy, very sweaty, just not sexy. Not sexy at all. It's is type 2 fun. Type 1 fun, it's fun in the moment, and then when you think about it, it's nice to think about. Type 2 fun, which I am an expert type 2 fun. Type 2 fun it's not fun in the moment, but when you look back on it, it's extremely fun, like to think about. So this is type 2 fun. This is not fun in the moment. It's going to be nice to talk about it on the podcast, but right now this is this is not fun. And then type 3 fun is you think it's going to be fun, it's not fun in the moment, and then it's not fun to think about. But yeah, we've been grafting, we've been grinding. My original plan, I won't bore you anymore, this will be the last thing I say because I'm in a village now and I need to use my map. But the original plan was to go from the south of Norway to the north. It's an expedition called Norge på langs, which would have taken me 3 and some months. But the bag I bought, I've got a hunting bag on right now. The bag that I bought, it was cutting into my shoulders, and it was extremely uncomfortable. So I had to buy a new bag, which is this one, and a new jacket. This is called a shell jacket. This is just for your waterproof. Both of these things cost me about 650 quid, 640, which, to be fair, for a 110 litre bag and a really good New Zealand shell jacket that's extremely waterproof and dries really quickly, it's actually a really good price. That's another thing. I'll leave you with this. Norway isn't expensive. Norway is not expensive. Everyone makes it out to be that it is super expensive. It's not. There's only a few select things that are super, like, more expensive than the UK or anywhere else. But apart from that, it's fine. It's cheaper or the same price as back home in the UK. So don't let anybody tell you that Norway's expensive. When you come in here for a holiday, maybe, because the bars and the pubs, alcohol is so expensive. Alcohol is not, I have to go sober. Alcohol is definitely not worth it to buy out here. But yeah, I'm in this like little town or wherever. So I'm gonna have to leave you because I have to check my map. But just know, while you're all relaxing, working, driving, whatever, you're like, shit, I wonder what Andre's up to. Just not having a good time. Just absolutely not. Look at this. Just not having a good time. This is rough. It's rough out here. It's a cool experience, but god damn is it rough. However, as Lewis said, if not me, then who? If not me, then who? I have to keep you guys entertained. I'm like a little jester, you know what I mean? I'm a little clown. I'm like, oh, look what I'm doing. And I'm on top of like Kilimanjaro. Oh my god, that is the fattest pony I've ever seen. Look at that. Can you see that? Oh, he's seen me. Can you see that? There he is. Let's get closer. Lewis, can you edit all this, by the way, to make it like seamless? So like all the gaps, just cut all that, please. If you keep this in, then that'll be funny. Don't keep this in, but let me get to this fat pony. Lewis, bro. What is going on here? There's a donkey! Look at that. Can you see that? Bro. Oh my god, you know when I was talking about the abandoned houses? I found it. Look at this, wait. I'm kind of in the peas right now. But yeah. No idea where I am. I could be going the wrong way. I need to check the map, but Lewis, you're smashing it. Don't worry about it. You're doing a really good job. I hope people are... I haven't checked YouTube or Spotify because I haven't had time. I'm freezing my nuts off, but I hope that people are still watching, even if I'm not there. Not to be too big-headed about it. because I actually watched the last two. Every Friday I watch them, and I like it. I think it's enjoyable. I can't imagine anybody clicking off. I like that you stand behind what you say. Like, you'll say something and you'll stand behind it. Like what you said about Bella Ramsey, is that her name? The fucking thumb girl. And you're like, yeah, nah, fuck that bitch. I like that. If you say something, you gotta stand behind it. You have to, you can't just say shit, like for life as well. I'm about to give you some life advice, 10 years younger. Like in life, if you say something, don't just say it because, you know, just whatever. If you say something, mean it. And I like that, you're doing that, I like that. But yeah, I think the podcast is very entertaining, I like it, I'm enjoying it. And hopefully this sounds good, because I have no idea. Hopefully I'm not just ear raping you. But yeah, I will see. Okay, let's go back, edit. Right. I'll see you boys and girls later, the Pavels and the babes. I've got to go back to being a mountain man and getting to Stavanger. I don't know if I said that. I'm not doing south to north because I bought all this shit. I'm just doing 150, well, like 200 miles from the south of Norway to Stavanger, which, look at a map. I can't explain it to you, but just look at a map. Right, I'm pretty sure I'm going the wrong way, so I will talk to you all later. I will see you later. Keep yourself safe and watch the podcast. It's very funny. I like it a lot. Right. See you later. Bye.
Okay, so there you go. That's what's been going on in his life. That's providing. The funny thing is that to you there was like a 10-15 minute gap of him waffling on, walking through the Norwegian wilderness. That's providing that I've been able to put that video into this one. So in real life right now, that was like a 10-second gap. And potentially, if I haven't been able to get the video on, I just look like a nutter. And I'll probably scrap the whole thing. But there we go. So, I think I've done enough just absolute waffle. Even by my usual standards, this has been waffling nonsense. I'm not even 100%. I'm actually going to pause for a second just to check that I've got everything recorded. No, I think I've got everything recorded. I'm going to pause for 1 second. And we're back. Yes, I have actually got it recording. I was paranoid that I haven't got it recording. I can see myself on the camera. Then the one good thing about doing this like face onto the camera, just myself, is that because when me and Pavs are like this, going like side to side, we're not looking at the camera very much. It's quite easy for us to not spot if it's gone off. But now that we're doing it like this, and I've got like eyes on the camera, I'm looking at you right now, I can see whether it goes off or not. You got this, gamer. Jesus Christ. Okay, right. I'm gonna get into the wheel. And if you didn't like the wheel, I apologise. But basically, it's because Lewis is lazy and he's out of ideas and he hasn't got anything better going for him. So you're just gonna have to put up with that. But like I said, next episode, I've got a guest. It will be more interesting. I'm not gonna say who it is because that's, spoiler alert. We want some interest. So it'll be better. Next week will be better. Okay, right. We're jumping into the wheel because I enjoyed doing it. Whether people enjoyed watching it or not, I don't know. Probably not. Providing I don't say that word that I kept fucking spamming and I was pissing myself off with. But I enjoyed doing it, and it made it easier for me to speak to the camera for an hour rather than listening. Might have been worse, but for me it was easier because I didn't have to just try and think off the top of my head type thing. And I also don't know what's coming up as well, so you get genuine reactions to this. So the first one today is tipping people. Now that's very on brand because I'm going to America, the land of the tip. I don't mind tipping people, right? But only if they like provide a genuinely good service. I don't think it should be what's the word? I don't think you should have to do it. My brain stopped working then. I couldn't remember the word, like, for, like, guaranteed. Is that the word? You know what I mean. I think it's ridiculous that Americans are paid such a low wage that they have to rely on tips in order to get paid a living wage. Absolutely ridiculous. The one good thing is that it means that they always provide a fantastic service. That's the positive of it. The negative is that you have to give them a tip regardless. So let's say, I remember I went to the bar, right? This was just a pool bar. Went to a pool bar. Said, "Can I have a beer, please?" They said yes. They handed me over a bottled beer. So, and their bottles are weird. It's not like a glass bottle. It's like a canned bottle. Very strange. If Lewis has got any capabilities, he'll put a picture of it here. And so I have to unscrew the top. So all he did was bend down, pick it out of the fridge, pass it to me. I give him the money, and then I have to give a tip. For what? He hasn't actually done anything. Like that. There's no service has been provided there. I can't believe that I was actually like, oh yeah, I'm going to actually talk at a normal volume in this podcast, and I can't do it. I might actually, I feel like I'm ramping myself up. I feel like I need to like accelerate up. I can't just like start shouting. So maybe this will actually be, maybe you'll be able to hear this episode for the first time since Pavs has been away. So yeah, tipping is massively fucking overrated, and the fact that it's expected rather than deserved is just insane. In this country, like, I feel like it's just a nice thing to do. Nobody expects it, so when they get it, it's actually like a genuine surprise. It's nice. So yeah, tipping is overrated. The next is British comedians. British comedians, I would have said, back when I was younger, I would have said British comedians are underrated. Like, we're the funniest people on earth, he says. I think we still are. I think British comedians are getting worse. Like, the ones that are like the classic, like I would say the most standard, like, unit of I might have to edit out that pause then as my brain stopped working. The most like standard average British comedian, I would say, is somebody like Jimmy Carr, who started off and he was like really, really funny. I liked it more when he was like fatter and just more genuine, and now obviously he's got like fake teeth, fake hair, Botox to fuck. And if you actually watch his stand up, it's awful. It's really not funny. He's fallen off a cliff, and his audience interactions, which is the ones that he always goes to, like, people are like, oh yeah, but he's brutal with the audience. Bollocks. He says the same crap he has the same crap audience interactions all the time. He's just like that fucking Scouse comedian whose name I've just fucking forgotten. You know the one who I'm on about. The one whose whole fucking vibe is that he interacts with the audience, and he is woeful. He says like, "What's your name? What do you do?" And then he says like, "Oh, you're a teacher. Oh, so you're a non-STEM." And the whole crowd's like, "Ah," fucking pissing themselves, and he stops saying so loudly. Especially now I'm on the mic closer. Everyone's lapping it up. It's awful. It's not even funny. It's terrible. So I'd say British comedians are overrated. I think British comedy is getting worse and worse and worse. Best comedian, or non-British comedian, if you want to know, who's dead, God rest his soul, is Norm Macdonald. Like, his humour is literally me. It's so dry. It's so witty. It's ridiculous. It's also it's ridiculous. And some of his jokes, like, they're awful and they don't land, but the ones that do are unbelievable. He is my favourite comedian of all time. And he's Canadian and dead, unfortunately. He died of cancer. He didn't tell anybody that he had it, and like, he put on loads of weight because of the radiotherapy, and he just disappeared for like months. He was doing this podcast, and he just disappeared for months. And they made it a bit on the show saying like, oh yeah, I just put on like £50 just because I was auditioning for a role. And then people would say like, what role was it? And he was like, oh no, it wasn't a specific role. It was just that I figured that every movie needs like a fat guy in it, so I thought I'd be it. When actual fact he was going through radiotherapy. That's such a good way of putting it off. But he didn't tell anybody, and I was one of the very few celebrity deaths that I was actually like mourning. Like that was one that I was really gutted by. Okay, next category is festivals. Festivals, oh dear. Over fucking rated. I've never been to a festival. And there's a reason for that, because it is my idea of hell. Pavel probably wouldn't mind them because there's a bit of tenting involved. But why the hell would I want to sit in a muddy field with 1,000 sweaty people from all over this country, all doing drugs, pissing in the same corner of this field? Like, there's literally like disease, there's plague roaming through this field, and like, and the other thing in this country is that it always rains, so everyone gets flooded. Everyone is living in squalor. It's like festivals. It's like, would you like to go to a slum, but there's some music? No. Why would I want to do that? But for some reason in this country, everyone's like, yeah, that sounds fucking amazing. Yeah, let's all go to Leeds. Like, what? I don't understand it. And it's like, fair enough if you're taking hardcore drugs. That's the only way. I'm not surprised people do. It's the only way you could get through that nightmare, that literal apocalypse. I genuinely can't think of anything worse. I've just noticed as well that my volume has gone down as well, so I really am having to hold the mic closer. I apologise if you can't hear me, or if I'm proper like popping into the mic. There's no alternative to it. Not until the next episode. So I apologise for that. So yeah, festivals are awful, and then I love. So here's one thing. I'm such a sadist for this, but I like going on social media like Twitter and stuff like that when festivals are on, to look at the pictures and the tweets that people who are there are saying, and just reading their disappointment and all the bad things that are going on. Like, oh, my friend just got robbed, and like, oh, our tent got completely flooded through, and I'm just like lay there in bed, comfortable, thinking, I'm so glad I'm not there. And then it's like, oh, we were stood up for 5 hours, all claustrophobic, bunched together, waiting for X artist, and they came and they were 2 hours late, and they did half an hour and then they left. that brings me so much joy. I'm like, you mugs. Oh, that is so sadistic. But yeah, festivals are the most overrated thing in the world. I kind of get Coachella, like, because it's not really it's not a festival, not by our standards. Like living in luxury. Some people's fucking tents are better than fucking people's houses, for Christ's sakes. So yeah, festivals are the most overrated thing in the world. Next one is being single. I think that is genuinely underrated. Like, I enjoy relationships. Bring a lot of good things, obviously. Like, there's a lot of nice things about relationships, and being able to share your life with somebody else, like, that's cool, whatever. But I'll tell you what is underrated is having your own fucking time and space, and being able to do whatever the hell you want. Like, if I was in a relationship, it's highly unlikely that I would be doing this right now, and then going to the pub, and then doing all of the, like, most of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, I probably wouldn't be able to do in a relationship. Like, the justification of it would just be madness. So, like for example, like on Sunday when I'm doing the podcast, like, I'm getting up, I'm getting in from work at midnight, then I'm getting up early in the morning, going and playing paddle, then I'm doing the podcast, then I'm like going to my parents, then I'll be like editing the podcast. Like, where does a relationship come into most of that? Like it doesn't. So, I'm not saying like, if it's for you, it's for you, and that's great. But for where I am right now in my life, I fucking adore being single. It is so underrated. Like, and it sounds lonely. Like, obviously, there's downsides to being single, whatever. But for me, time is precious. That's kind of why, like, I'm trying to. Well, I don't try and fill my time. Like, I don't need to find things to fill my time. I don't have enough. Like, genuinely, like, there's not enough hours in the day. Like, the older I get, the more I think that. The more I'm like, oh my god, there's not enough hours in the day. And so why would I want to? Why would I want to lose some? It doesn't really make any sense to me. The next one's, I hope I went into that enough. I don't know. It's up to me. Oh my god, I'm actually putting the mic even closer. I'm at like Pavel levels now. Ooh. I hope I'm not too loud. I hope I'm not blowing your speakers, or I hope I'm not the opposite, where you have to turn me up to full. The amount of people that have told me that they turn me up to full volume and they can barely hear me, it's concerning. So I am really trying to combat that. I promise. Next we have the Queen. The Queen. I don't know who suggested the Queen. Queenie. We've talked about the Queen on so many. God rest her soul. Again. I feel like we've talked about her on so many episodes. And I think we always say how much we loved her. Like, she's underrated. Like, loved in a sense. Like, how much can you love a billionaire monarch? But I feel like she was quite genuine. I'll tell you one downside to her. She didn't like any, like, garlic. Garlic wasn't allowed in the palace. I said that 3 times. Garlic. You weren't allowed that in the palace because she hated it, and like it just makes me think, like, if she hated that, then she wasn't letting many spices into that palace, as far as I'm concerned. So I can only imagine the food must have been bland. No wonder Meghan Markle got out of there. Given her background, she was probably like, I ain't sticking around for this shit. Let's piss back off to America. We ain't doing any of this. I'm not having boiled chicken, unseasoned boiled chicken. One of my fucking... Right, now I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, yeah. So, but apart from that, Queenie was underrated. She caused no harm. She took away, most of the Commonwealth. She gave it back. She didn't cause much harm. Plus, like me and Pavel said in the back in the day, she was a baddie. Anyway, moving on quickly, swiftly, before her son gets wind of this and sends in the royal guards to take me to, where is it that they behead people? Tower of London. That's the one. Next topic is pineapple on pizza. Such a controversial topic, except for it's not really, because there's an easy answer to this. It's overrated. Fruit does not belong on pizza. And if anyone says tomatoes are like, are they a fruit? Yes, technically, but like, barely. Sorry, I heard noise. I heard disturbance. See, the paranoia of people being able to hear me. I thought, some pineapple loving freaks are gonna, again, with the fucking king, are gonna swing through and fucking behead me. Pineapple on pizza, fucking garbage, mate. And I work in an industry that has an opinion on this. Just leaning in to check camera battery. I work in an industry that, so I'm in a pretty good position to give you my opinion on that, and I'm telling you now that it does not belong on pizza. It's a fucking fruit. Like, what are you gonna put fucking apples in spaghetti, banana in fucking curry? You know what I mean? Why would you? Who came up with that idea as well? Pineapple also doesn't belong on ham. It doesn't belong on burgers. to be honest, it doesn't belong on anything. But pineapple should be eaten on its own separate right. It shouldn't be mixed with. Certainly should not be mixed with meat. Makes no sense whatsoever. Like, would you put grapes in a cottage pie? Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's, and that sounds ridiculous, but I feel like it's the same basic principle. Like, it's near enough that. So why is it any different? Oh well, it's different when it's pizza. Ham and pineapple. Ham and pineapple. It's so grim. Also, ham is an overrated. Ham is an overrated fucking topping on pizza. I will get right here. Here we go. This is going off a little bit here on a tangent. I'm going to give you a list of overrated things, toppings on pizzas. This is going to be very controversial. Pepperoni, massively fucking overrated. Shit. Honestly, it's so mid. Like, I will eat a pizza with pepperoni on it, but proper mid topping. Sausage, another mid topping. Depends on what. Nah. Topping. Sausage is overrated. Again, doesn't really work on fucking pizza. Ham, like I previously said. Bacon is fucking overrated. You can't really taste it anyway. Bacon in general is overrated. Like, I think bacon is one of the most overrated foods there is. It's just so mid. It got like it became like a craze in like the 2010s. Like oh yeah, everyone loves bacon. Oh, bacon is the cure to veganism. No, it isn't. Bacon's fucking mid as fuck. It really is. So and it's even more so on pizza. Let's think of more toppings that are overrated. Mushrooms, obviously, because mushrooms are the worst food in the world. The only positive I would say of people putting mushrooms on pizza is that it gets rid of them, so there's less of them in the world. So yeah, there's another one. Let's think. Have I got any others that I could add to that? Sweet corn. What's the point? Doesn't taste of anything. Shit. Crappy texture. My autism showing. But then it isn't, because most of those meats that I've said would be, an autistic's wet dream. Barbecue sauce or barbecue base, overrated. Just have a pizza. Why are you putting anything other than tomato on the base of a pizza? Doesn't really make much sense. Like, would you, again, if you were having spaghetti, would you substitute the tomato-y sauce for a barbecue sauce? No. So why would you with pizza? Do you know what I mean? I think people with pizza take fucking liberties, and then when they realize, when you actually like step back and think about what you're putting on your pizza, it's like, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Why would I put that on? I wouldn't put it in any other meal. So why is it fucking justified on like some sort of flat pie? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Olives as well. Olives. I know Pavel loves his olives. He absolutely adores them. They are bitter. They are overwhelming, and they are vile. So yeah, they're massively overrated as well. So there we go. So pineapple on pizza is overrated, but it's not the only fucking topping that you can put on a pizza that is overrated. There's plenty. And if I think of any more, I will definitely say, because I'm opinionated. Next up on the list is, God, that was a slow spin. Arteta, Mikel Arteta. Apologies now for the football haters in the crowd. Mikel Arteta is such an overrated manager. I loved him as an assistant manager at Manchester. I'm a Man City fan, so obviously I'm biased, and we're in a title race against Arsenal. But he is a fucking crap manager, because he spent $1 billion over his time at Arsenal, and he has won fuck all. Well, he won an FA Cup early on when he still had the majority of players from whoever was before him. I can't remember if he took over from Emery or not. So it wasn't even necessarily his team. He then, since then, has managed to perpetually come runner-up every single year. In years that he really should be taking advantage. This is the weakest that the Premier League has ever been. There's never been a better opportunity to win the league. And this stupid twat can't do it. And if we win the league this year instead of Arsenal, he needs sacking badly, because I don't understand how you can't beat us. We are rubbish. Like, this is the worst City team league performance under Pep that I've seen, and we finished fourth in his first season, and I'm fairly certain we were better than we are now. Like, we're crap, and we still might win the league. And they were all Arsenal fans were there like, oh, we're gonna win the quadruple. Well, now their best chance is the double. Fair enough, if they win the Prem or the Champions League, they've had a good season, but compared to what they could have won and what they should be doing, terrible. And these tactics, he plays the most turgid, miserable he has set football back with this set piece, disgusting. The fact that their fans celebrate getting corners and stuff like that. One of their top goal scorers, is own goals. I mean, it's shameless. It's absolutely shameless football. And as a spectacle, it's appalling. Last night, Bayern Munich played PSG, and it was 5-4, and it was one of the most spectacular games of football you'll see probably this season, probably the best game this season that there'll be. Similarly, it's a bit like the 5-4 that City had against Fulham. Like, that was a fantastic game, and goals don't necessarily mean that it's a great game. Like, I think the highest quality game of football there's ever been was when City beat Liverpool 2-1 in that game where John Stones cleared it off the line. Sane scored the winner. I think it was at the Etihad. You watch the full 90 minutes of that game. It's absolutely incredible. And I know City won, so obviously I'm more positive towards it. But Liverpool played just as good as we did. It was I've never seen tempo of a game be higher. It was the highest quality game of football I genuinely think there's ever been at any level, any stage in history. I've never seen anything like it. The quality, the passing, the movement, the end to end, it had everything. It was spectacular. And then, like I said, so you had that fantastic game last night. Tonight, it's Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. Has there ever been a more 0-0 game in football? Haramball, it's going to be an appalling spectacle. It's going to be football terrorism. I don't know if the game can survive. I don't know if the game of football will survive that matchup. And that's the type of football that Arteta brings. Which is fair enough if it brings results. But it doesn't. He's won fuck all. So you play crappy Stoke City. And the mad thing is that Arsenal fans used to criticise teams for playing that style of football, and now they do it themselves, and they don't have a problem with it. But they will when they don't win anything. I'll tell you that for free. Rant over. Rant over for now. On to next rant. Monster energy drinks. Monster. That's kind of like, because I drink them. So I didn't drink energy drinks for a long time, not until I was about 25. Because I always thought, what's the point? I tried them. I tried like the crappy, like the 10p ones that you used to get from like Quality Save. Is that even still a thing? What a throwback. And I expected the whole meme about them. Like when you're a kid, like the perception of them is that you take them and it's like doing cocaine. Like you're like, whoa, but they don't act like that. So they were kind of rubbish. And then when I was about 25, I started drinking Rubicon Raws just for the flavour, not for the energy, but for the flavour. If you've never had one and you see one in like a supermarket or whatever, try one, the blue and red one. If that one's available, they're all good. The apple and guava one's probably the worst. Try one. They're genuinely such nice drinks. They are so, like, the flavour of them is fantastic. Brain stopped working then because I'm hearing so much noise that I normally don't hear around here. And then I sort of got not addicted, but like then I started drinking them for the actual energy. Not those. I drink the white monsters, because I quite like the flavour of those. Other monsters, they've got like 9 million flavours. That I've always considered them. They're a bit like IPAs, if you get what I mean. Like the amount of flavours of them. If you ever go into like a shop that's got like a corner shop that's got like 1 million of them, and you got your normal ones, you got your fruity ones, like the normal flavors, and then you got ones that are just like weird, like they're getting ridiculous. It's like, new Monster gasoline and piss flavor. It's like, who the fuck's drinking these apart from goths? And goths don't really exist anymore. You don't really see many goths kicking about. Certainly not now the sun's out. So, Monster drinks, I think they're, even though I drink them and I love a Gonster, I actually think they're overrated. Like, I don't think that's controversial. I think I'm correct. Well, I don't think. I know. I always say that. I always say like, I think I'm correct. Ooh. No, I am correct. I'm always correct. Next one is 9 to 5s. Okay, working 9 till 5. What a way to make a living is overrated, I think. Like, for me, if I could choose, I would much rather work like 7-3. 7-3 is way better because, you're sacrificing a bit of sleep, but you have a whole afternoon. Like, you can get to the pub for 4 o'clock. You still get like a nice afternoon. That's living the dream. That for me is the perfect work schedule. 7 till 3, or maybe 8-4. No, 7-3. 7-3 is the go, because you only have to get up at like 6 o'clock, and that's not too bad. Getting up at 6 is fine. All right, maybe if you live far away, well, don't. But like getting up at 6, fine. Get to work 7, beautiful. If it's like, yeah, that is living the dream. I'm jealous of anybody that works that shift pattern. And the one thing is about 9 to 5s as well is obviously that's like Monday to Friday. And you get your weekends. I work Saturdays. It sucks. Working Saturday sucks. However, I'm off. I have a Monday off. And I'll tell you what, it is quite underrated to have a Monday off. As much as it sucks that everyone else is in work, the positives are like, you can go out and do whatever you want, or go shopping, or get stuff done during the week, blah, 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 blah. And there's nobody about. Like, it's quiet. Whereas, like, people say to me, like for example, if I want to go, let's say to like Trafford Centre, something like that, or Cheshire Oaks, I go on a Monday, it's dead. Well, I mean, it's not dead because it's never dead there, but it's quiet. You go on a Saturday, you can't move for people. It's like it's like being at a festival. There's shanty towns at shopping precincts, etc. Like that's the negative of having like the weekends off, is that everyone does. So you can't move for people, you can't do things, you can't book things. Things are more expensive at weekends. So yeah, 9 to 5s. 9 to 5s massively overrated. Massively overrated. If you can change your shift pattern to 7-3, fucking do it. If you haven't already, I don't know why you haven't, because you're an idiot. But change it. Oh my god, okay, right. What a reaction to that. You don't know what the topic is yet, but the reaction of, oh my god, it was very appropriate. It's the Kardashians. Let me take an inhale while I think. I feel like I've got, ever since that name was popped up on my phone 30 seconds ago, I've got so much more sassy. This, people might be surprised to hear, but I'm going to genuinely say that they're underrated. Like, they really aren't that bad. Like, they're entertaining. Their vanity and their stupidity, etc., is underrated. It's quite funny, and I know people say like, we shouldn't make stupid people popular. Well, we have. So what are you gonna do about it? What does that say about us as a human race? We have made them popular, and they bring entertainment. And yeah, they're rich beyond fucking our wildest imaginations. So someone's gotta be. Would you swap your life with her? Yes. Or any of them? Yes, of course you would. And the best thing about their show is that it brought into the public eye that Scott Disick, who I think is fucking hilarious. He's a I remember when I first saw him on the Kardashians, I thought, who is this fucking swat? But he's genuinely hilarious. I think he's one of the, without trying, one of the funniest people like around. I genuinely think they're underrated. But they're overhated and underrated. They're not that bad. And if you hate them, if you hate them, it for me it just stems from a place of jealousy. Like it's yeah. I can't think of anything else to say of that. I'm stumbling, mumbling. That's also because I don't really know where I'm at with the time, because I missed the time at the start. I've had a little fucking pause to check the thingy. I've got things to do. I'm on Do Not Disturb. I can see I've got a load of messages. I've got the Pavel thing to edit in. Whether I've done that correctly or not, I don't know. I've got noises behind the camera. I'm all over the place. I've got a fly that's fucking pissing me off. I'm losing it. The next topic was like pool or snooker. You know, one of those sports. Underrated. They're class. I have nothing else to add to that. I don't know who suggested that. I apologise. I don't have anything else to add to that. But I'm going to move swiftly on to it's football again. Apologies to the babes. Pavel wants to change it from the Pavels and babes to the gamers and babes. Initially, when I heard that, I was like, well, that's not happening, because I know it pisses him off. But I think we will change it to that. So this is for the gamers more so than the babes. Champions League, overrated as fuck, especially in its current format with this new league system. It's rubbish. So it's rubbish. There's no jeopardy. You've got a bunch of dog teams that would never make it otherwise. They just seem to let anyone in it these days. Like, literally, it's, are you a half decent team? Great, you're in. Just don't be one of the 8 worst teams and you're through to the fucking... It's overrated. And even though I was so contradictory because I said that the game that was last night was the best game this season, and I do stand by that, and obviously there are like good teams, all the best teams in it, but it doesn't guarantee like fantastic football, and for the most part it isn't. And also, like, when you see some of these teams, you don't realise, because you don't watch their leagues like week in, week out, you have this perception that like such and such like Inter Milan, don't want to play them, they're a really good team, and then you actually watch them and you're like, they're fucking crap. Like, these teams aren't even that good. So Champions League, overrated. It's not that good. Speaking of overrated, the next one, these were I know who all like the relationshipy type ones came from. Next one is one night stands, overrated as fuck. Like, they're no pun intended. They're really overrated. I think I can understand when you're in your early 20s, like late teens, early 20s type thing, but any past like 25ness, it's really fucking, it's depressing. They're depressing as fuck. There's no gain from them at all. The amount of regret that you will get from them outweighs the positive being in the moment. Like, oh yeah, one night stand, they're terrible. He says from not much experience. They don't appeal to me particularly. Never have done. You know, I think I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday actually. On Monday, and I was saying, he was saying like, oh, I do one night stands all the time. I go out on a date, and then you don't want the date to end, and then like you go around theirs or yours for a drink, and then you end up like sleeping together, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't class that as a one night stand as far as I'm concerned. I think if you've taken them on a date, then that doesn't really count. That's more just a date that's developed, because you take them on a date, there's no guarantee that it leads to anything. So that I wouldn't class as a one night stand. Moving on. So yeah, overrated. More overrated. Wow, I've had a lot of. I feel like we've had a lot of overrateds this episode. I could be wrong. But I feel like we've had a lot of overrateds. Supercars. I think supercars are overrated. Like, here's my thing. They're just pieces of art at the end of the day. Like, they're just pretty. But you can get a pretty car that costs like 20 grand. And it's like, there's no point in owning a supercar because you can't drive it at that fucking. What's the point in having a car that does 200 miles an hour? When are you ever going to do 200? You're driving around this country, you can barely exceed 100 in a video game. Like, you know, the law is 70. Like, obviously, you know, you go a bit over in a video game. But you're never going to get anywhere near like the speed in the supercars. One thing I will say is that I got overtaken once and I put my window down and I got overtaken by a Lamborghini SVJ, and the noise of that as it flew past me at full speed. I waved him past me. I had this Peugeot in front of me that was dawdling, and the Lamborghini was behind me for like 2 minutes, and I was like, I saw it come behind me, and it was like a stealth bomber, and I was like, whoa. And I don't know if you can hear any of that noise. And I was like, whoa. And it was teal as well, which is like my favourite colour. And it was like following me round these really crappy bumpy roads. And I thought, where is this going? And then we got onto like a main road, and I got stuck behind this Peugeot dawdling. It's always a Peugeot. And then I literally like waved him. I put my window down, waved him past. He flew past at full chat. It was ridiculous. It shook my car. I was in the smallest car in Winsford back then. But and as contradictory as that sounds, they are overrated. Like, my dream car is a Renault Clio Sport V6. Google that. Like, that's my dream car. If I won the lottery, that's the car I would buy first, rather than a Lamborghini or Ferrari or anything like that. They're just posing. And also, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like most women, if they see a man with a car like that, they're not impressed. In fact, it's more the opposite. They're not impressed. And generally, it just looks like they're trying to make up for something. This is the last one I'm going to do, because I feel like where we're at, we should be around about an hour, because I don't want to go massively over on this episode because it's kind of rushed. And to be honest, this is probably the worst episode I've ever done. And I'm more interested in the next. I'm more interested in the next episode. And to be brutally honest, I'm in holiday mode as well. So I apologise, and I apologise to Pavel for that, because I'm letting the side down. I apologise to you, the fans. You deserve better. I apologise to him. He deserves better. But you know, I can only do I can only do so much. I'm one man with a microphone talking into a camera. So we'll end with this one. And this one is Egypt. Now, this is from my sister. Egypt. I've never been to Egypt. Pavel has been to Egypt. He informs me that it's not very good. I would also say that Egypt is not very good. Egypt is overrated without having ever been. It's a very, very strange country. Like, look at the geography of it. It's a completely square country, for one, with the Nile going right down the middle of it. 95% of the people live within like a mile of the Nile. Oh, he's rhyming. Like, they're stupidly reliant on it. We're going to get into a bit of a geography. This is going to get a bit nerdy. So the Nile actually starts, and it goes out of Egypt, goes through Sudan, and then it splits into two. I think it's called like the White and the Blue Nile. And one of them starts in Ethiopia, In Ethiopia, what they're doing is they're damming the Nile, in order to create like hydroelectric, so that they have electric across the entire country. What that's leading now, Egypt has told them multiple times to stop doing this, because and they will declare war against Ethiopia, because what it's doing is it's lowering the water level in Egypt. It's wrecking the look, that's stretching my legs out. It's wrecking the pH and the soil balance in Egypt. And they've said like, oh, stop doing it, we're going to declare war on you. And Ethiopia's giving it a way, fuck you, because why the fuck they don't answer to fucking Egypt. It's in their country, they can do whatever the fuck they want to it, and they want to create power for themselves, so they do. And then Egypt also has no allies and a pretty crappy army, and Ethiopia are also outnumber them and are some of the strongest like soldiers in the world, and they've never been conquered, they never got colonized, so they would kick Egypt's arse. Egypt's got a population of I think 95 to 100 million. It's old, it's mainly men, and it's going to start declining rapidly. They are reliant on tourism, obviously, to the pyramids and shit like that, but if you've ever seen videos of people that go around, it's horrendous. You just get followed. It's dirty, there's rubbish everywhere, and you just get followed by these fucking tour guide people who are trying to scam you and rob you. It's not appealing whatsoever. Controversial. So I think in the next 25 to 50 years, Egypt will not be a country anymore. I genuinely think it will end. Partly because of the fact that the Nile will no longer exist in the way that it does today going through Egypt, because of the likes of Ethiopia damming it. I genuinely don't think. I think Egypt has got such a weak future. They don't produce much. They rely on imports. They're also they are not allied with anybody who's like around them. So obviously, like, it's quite a Muslim area around there, but none of those countries actually have much to do with Egypt, because Egypt tries to sort of westernize itself. The problem is that nobody in the West particularly wants to associate itself with Egypt, and they're sort of allies with America, but America could drop it at a hat and probably will. And like I said, none of the Middle East countries that are next to it care for it at all. So I genuinely think it's in trouble, and it's overrated. And that's where we're going to end. We've had a little bit of a geopolitical lesson there from your boy. I love geopolitics. It's my bag. It's what I like doing. The fly has continued to pester me this entire episode, and my voice is going, and I've got to leave the house in about 10 minutes for a little party for Harvey. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I apologize. I always say this like during episodes. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It's been such a shit episode. And people say to me like, oh, I enjoyed that episode. Thank you. Thank you to anyone that says that they enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. It's going to be a little bit different. You got somebody new to listen to instead of me. So yeah, not much else to say apart from au revoir.